In this video, I'm going to be showing you my exact process from scraping a leads list to verifying the emails all the way to putting them in Smartlead. If you don't know who I am, my name's Anthony. I run Velocity Flow. We're a B2B lead gen agency. We've sent thousands of emails on behalf of our clients and booked hundreds of meetings. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So first step, what we need is keywords so that you can plug into whatever database that you use. So here it says Apollo keywords. We just recently transitioned over to AI Arc, but it's going to be pretty similar. So what you're going to do is you're just going to prompt this to give you keywords for whatever niche it is that you're targeting. For example, here, I'm just going to say, I want to target staffing and recruiting firms. I need you to give me a detailed keywords list so I could have as targeted of a list as possible. So super simple. You just want to prompt this, and now it's going to essentially give you all the different keywords that you can use. So these are going to be core staffing keywords, strong B2B recruiting firms. So you really want to give this thing as much information as you can so it's able to give you the best search possible. So let's kind of niche down to IT staffing and recruiting, for example, which we actually have a campaign up for currently. So I can say, give me the keywords for staffing and recruiting firms that place jobs for specifically IT. Now, as you can see here, it outputted a lot of information. So I want to clean this up, make it as simple as possible so I could just copy it and paste it into the database. Clean this up for me. I just need everything that's important. So included keywords, excluded keywords, company size, job roles, industry, everything should be super simple, copy and paste form. So as you see here, it's going to output the industry. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Keywords, I'm gonna copy and paste that. Excluded keywords, company size. So you just want to check and look through the data, make sure everything looks accurate. For example, here, company size 200 to 500, I would probably shrink that down just because getting in contact with a decision maker with a company of that size is going to be pretty difficult. So now that we have this, we're just going to go ahead and on a separate tab, we're just going to open up AI Arc, which is the database that we scrape from. As you can see here, I'm on AI Arc. We have this pulled up. So super simple. I'm essentially just going to copy and paste these over. So I'm going to go to the Peoples tab. I'm going to go to keywords, include keywords. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it over here. I'm going to enter. I'm going to take the excluded keywords. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to enter. Okay, something appears to be wrong. It's only giving me one. Oh, okay, I see the issue. So here, what you want to do, make sure that they are spaced with commas. So I want you to rewrite this prompt, but make sure that there is commas between each different word. Do this for every filter. Okay, cool. So now we're just gonna go ahead and should be much easier. Since it's commas now, it's gonna import the whole thing. There we go. We're gonna copy and paste that over here. Copy this, go ahead and paste this over here, so on and so forth. Just gonna copy everything in, and I'll get back to you guys with the results once I'm done copying everything. Okay, so as you see here, now my list is much more targeted with about 6.6 total records. Okay, so now that we've plugged in our filters, as you see on the top, we have a way more targeted list of around 6.6K. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just validate that these are actually within my ICP. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check out the website, go to the company URL. So as you see, this is a staffing and recruiting agency. They do direct placement, executive placement. So yeah, this fits within my ICP. I'm now gonna go back over here. And now what I want to do is I want to go to maybe row 100 because they're always going to give you the best ones in the front. So now we're going to go to row 100, click on one of these here, just verify this is within my ICP as well. Just going to go ahead and click on the websites. As you see here, this is perfect. Engineering recruitment. This is exactly what I was looking for. Manufacturing supervisor, principal mechanical engineer. So this is perfect. So now that that's valid, what we have to do is we have to actually validate the emails, because if you put the emails into, for let's say Smartlead, for example, and they're not valid, a lot of them, the bounce rates is going to be super high. So we want to make sure that we are validating the emails. How we're going to go about doing this is there's a couple of different ways you could go about this. We use Million Verifier. We just recently switched over from zero bounce, and we found it to be more efficient and a little less when it comes to cost. Now that we're a Million Verifier, all right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and actually export these. So we're going to apply all. We're going to go ahead and over here, and we're going to export the CSV. Okay, so my export is taking like forever to process. So for the sake of the video, we're just going to go with an export that we already have. So once you have the export, you're just going to download it. The CSV is going to download. You're just going to go ahead and take that into Million Verifier. Now, I don't want to burn through some credits here. So basically, you're just going to drag this here, and then you're going to press Start Verify. What that looks like, as you can see here, these are all different campaigns that we verified, different emails we verified. So it's basically going to give you the good good emails, and you're going to take that, you're going to download the report, good emails only, and it's going to come up to your CSV. Now for the final step, we're going to take this over to Clay. So now that we're in Clay, as you see, I have my table pulled up here. You're just going to go ahead and import the file that you saved. So you're just going to go ahead and drag this over here. We're going to go continue. We're going to add to table and don't run. Now we have all of our data here. Now there's a lot that you could do in Clay. There's a lot of enrichments, a lot of personalization that you can do in Clay. For us personally, what we do, what we've seen has been working, all we do is we normalize the company names. So for example, right here, Swift Insights Inc. It's just going to make it Swift Insights so that it doesn't come off as spammy when you send these emails. Like if you were to say, hey, Shirley, if we could bring Swift Insights Inc. an additional 15 plus prospects, would that be worth it? Right? That sounds a little spammy. You want it to just be Swift Insights. So that's what the normalized company name cleaner, that's what it does. It's a name cleaner. Now, the second thing that we do is we go over here and we run the case study column. So what this is going to do is it goes to the domain, it checks the website, it brings back the case study that it may see or the service that this prospect is offering, and then it summarizes that. For example, it's going to grab the first name. Hey, Tina, if we could connect you with 15 plus prospects similar to case study, would that be worth it? So it's going to go ahead and grab the case study there. Just for the sake of the video, I'm not going to go ahead and run it right now, but basically once you have all of this in Clay, whatever you want to do, you could also verify your ICP. There's a lot that you can do in Clay. So once you've done that, you're just going to go ahead and export this out of Clay. So now we have the list, we have our emails verified, you did whatever enrichments or whatever personalization you wanted to do through Clay. Now you're just going to go ahead and export this out. So you're going to download the CSV. Now once the CSV is downloaded, you're going to go to whatever sending platform that you use. For us, we use SmartLead. You're going to go into that platform, you are going to import the CSV, and you're good to go from there. So that's essentially everything. Now for me, what I do, I don't even touch SmartLead. I've actually built my Claude code to where I could just put the CSV, tell it what settings I want, and it's actually able to go into my SmartLead and set the campaign up for me. If you want more information on that, I could definitely make a video on how I use Claude code to actually help with a lot of this and take a lot of the workload off of myself. So just a quick recap, you are going to grab the keywords, you're going to import the keywords into Apollo, into AI Arc, whatever database, whatever scraper that you use. You're then going to verify those emails via Zero Bounce, via Million Verify. There's plenty of out there. Once you have that verified, you're going to go ahead and take that into Clay. You could even set up an integration to have it verify you and run all the columns and verify them in Clay. We just find it more cost efficient to do it through Million Verifier and then bring the list over to Clay. Now in Clay, there's a bunch of different enrichments, a bunch of personalization you could do. Once you have everything done in Clay, you're just going to go ahead and download the CSV from Clay and then take that into your sender, whether that's SmartLead, whether that's Email by Send, whatever it is that you use to send out your emails. And that is essentially step by step how I go about scraping thousands of leads, how I go about setting my campaigns up. If you're interested on how we could potentially do this for your business, I will go ahead and drop my website down in the description. You can go ahead and check us out. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those down in the comments below. I hope this brought value to you. If you feel like it did, feel free to subscribe. I post cold email content weekly. But other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.